what I try to do is photograph what I see,
Yeah.
and what I'm trying to do is demonstrate to people that aren't here what this place looks like,
Yes.
the kind of people that would be here,
Yes.
and the atmosphere of the place. And it's called street photography, but the first thing most people think of in street photography is people. But actually it's not, it's street photography. So we're photographing the streets and what goes on in the street.
I've learnt a lot about street photography, which is really not my thing. It's something I've never really done much of before and I'm not very comfortable doing. So it's been very interesting getting tips from Damien about how to approach it and how to look for opportunities, and it's increased my confidence, but I'm still not sure if it's what I'd be doing every day.
Probably the best tip that I got from the day was to work fairly wide open on the lens. That I took on board, and I've worked fairly wide open all day, and I can see the common sense of it, you know, to sort of freeze out the background and make it almost like a 3D picture.
I was really struck by this.
Reflections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's really weird, you see the guy with the red hat, his reflection's taller than him. Now we're going to make a choice. Do you focus on the person,
Oh yeah.
or do you focus on the reflection? Look
Oh,
at your,
the actual physical focus.
yeah, the actual focus point.
I think what Damien has pointed out is you can kind of sit and wait and find a scene that you think is really interesting and compose it, and then wait for somebody to come into the scene. And it might be that, you know, you're setting somebody up to walk across a dark background or a light background, or just think about the way that the light and the shapes interact with what's going to happen.
I think Damien was incredible the way he instructed us to really think about what we're doing regarding the situation that we're in, and the interplay of the light and shadow, and how we frame the shot, and bringing all of that together, even in a situation like in street photography where you think you can't control those elements. You can actually control far more than you think you can.
But the light was the most important thing. Everything could be boring without interesting light. And this is the basic of photography, because without light you can't take pictures.
I know you're a viewfinder man,
I am, yes.
but for some of the day,
Yeah.
try shoot like that. I know it's
okay.
it's the devil's own work.
Yeah.
You can think, do I like it? No, I don't, but I'm going to put them there. And actually I can watch them, and I can see when they're going to come into the frame, and then I can get the shot. Like that.
For me it's mix the analogic camera and the digital cameras. It's all together in one. So it's quite interesting, a little bit weird, but for now I like it.
I think it's a wonderful little embodiment of perfection, and they didn't pay me to say that. No, genuinely, I think it's such a usable camera. It takes all of the mess out of taking photographs, which is an absolute blessing. I think in modern times, it takes all of the technical aspects of cameras that are laden with buttons and features, and it strips it down to something which really is just a camera made for taking pictures. And because of that, it's very good at what it does, and it's an absolute joy to use.
First impressions of the camera are that it's extremely well built, nice to handle. It's about the right size for my hands. I've got fairly big hands. It's very comfortable to use. I really like the viewfinder, and I like that all the important controls are close together, and you can quickly change the exposure compensation and the exposure if you want to.
This has really blown my mind, you know, it's sort of really opened my eyes. I have a Fuji X10, which is like a much younger sibling, if you like, and this is the one to aim for. I'm so impressed with this camera.
It allows you to not worry about the settings and all that kind of rubbish. And just it becomes an extension of you and what you're wanting to then capture. It just, yeah, I love it. I think it's absolutely extraordinary.